congratulations to Rochdale on their promotion back to the Football League. And what an incredible game as well, to do it in that style as well, scoring in the last minute, going all the way to penalties as well. Unbelievable. And well, a National League playoff final never disappoints. It's always a fantastic game, it's always a fantastic occasion. It has been, in the last 6 seasons now, have all gone to extra time, and 4 of which have been decided on penalties, including yesterday's match. And like I said, just unbelievable circumstances as well for Rochdale to come behind the way they did. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But Rochdale, though, they're a team that had a 102-year run in the Football League, and they've returned this well and truly deserved after the season they've had. Would have been unjust, really, them not going up after producing a 106-point season. But 102 years run in the Football League, to more than an established Football League club. So to get themselves back up after 3 years, after some bad years, some bad financial times as well, some real struggles, it's great to see, and I'm really glad they have done it and they have come back up this season. But the game itself, I had a feeling would be a good game. My prediction, I actually went for a 1-1 and Boreham Wood extra time win. That's what I thought would happen, but I wasn't sure. It was a game that I thought could honestly go either way on the day, and I think that's shown. Although there's Boreham Wood as well, commiserations to them, what they played their part in this as well. 90 points they got this season. Still only finished 4th. That's the level of how competitive it's been this season. Then to win an extra time through against Forest Green, to do it again against Carlisle, I think that shows you how well they can manage these playoff games, and what they were doing for a while yesterday as well. But they broke records this season as well. Highest ever finish, highest ever points, highest ever goals scored. They've broken so many records of their own. So certainly is. So they should be very proud of themselves as well for the season they've had. They've been fantastic as well. They well and truly played their part yesterday. Felt from yesterday as well, the way they lost that. Felt for Luke Garrard and this team. I thought that was unbelievable, and to come up and to be newly promoted and achieve that, I think was it's absolutely fantastic from them, and unbelievable season. But Rochdale well and truly did deserve it. And let's talk about the game itself, because before the game I always thought this could be quite a nervy game. It could be very tense. But what the tone was set from the game from minute 1, where Boreham Wood had that early counter-attack and nearly take the lead within the opening minute, about 40 seconds in, and that set the tone for the game, because then Rochdale go straight at the other end and create a decent chance of their own, and from there it become a bit of a basketball game. It become a really, really good, proper football game. It was end to end, both teams really going at it, both teams really going for it. 2 different styles of play on show. It was really, really good watch actually, and like I said, I really enjoyed it, particularly like the fast starts of the game. I think it really needed that, because these type of occasions are often very nervy, often very cagey, but certainly wasn't the case yesterday. But really, after that counter-attack Boreham Wood had early on, I thought Rochdale were the better side for that opening 20 minutes until, of course, Boreham Wood found the breakthrough, got the opening goal. And I think their pressing was brilliant yesterday. They're very much a pressing team. They work hard off of the ball. Rochdale are a team that looks to sort of dominate the game, and that's what they were doing for a while. Rochdale, they really looked on top for a while, and but Boreham Wood, like I said, really, really good counter-attack. The style of play was working off really well. The game plan worked really well, because Adam Mullock, how good was he on the wing for Boreham Wood yesterday? Absolutely fantastic winger. He looks like he was absolutely brilliant, and worked so hard as well. You can see how tired he was when he had to be taken off as a sub. You can see he just literally given absolutely everything yesterday. The amount of running both teams did was so impressive. It was such a hard fought game, and honestly could have gone either way. But brilliant bit of footwork from him, brilliant attack, and set that goal up brilliantly. Just put it on the plate for Rush, and well, it actually went in off his chest. It looked initially like a header, but it actually went in off of his chest. So that's how Boreham Wood took the lead, and from that moment onwards, Rochdale still having their chances, still creating quite a few, and they had a few towards the end of it. But it was also looking like Boreham Wood were really threatening for a second. At that point, it became a really sort of end-to-end, really, a game that looked like more goals were going to come, and certainly was the case in the second half. Rochdale had a big chance early on, but Boreham Wood also had a big chance as well. They both had quite a big chance early on in that second half. But Boreham Wood, they do get the second goal. Adam Mullock this time, he actually scores, is the goal scorer. And when they got in that similar position to what they got in the first half, I had a feeling they'd score again, because they looked really dangerous coming down that left-hand side the entire game, Boreham Wood. Like I said, when they get themselves 2 goals in front, I thought, okay, Rochdale are in trouble now. They've got a massive, 25 minutes or so to try and save this now. They could be heading for one of the biggest disappointments of all time. to finish on 106 points. I think they're going up on the final. They look like they've won it in the final minute, then to lose it on that occasion, then to just not show up in the final, to not be able to get it over the line. It would have been one of the biggest disappointments ever, and to not go up on 106 points would have been unbelievable. But no, they did not give up. They was not going to allow that to happen yesterday. They were going up yesterday, Rochdale, under whatever way they had to do it, they were going to find a way. And well, they certainly did. They left it a while to make the subs, but when they did, for that final sort of 15 minutes, instantly, after coming off the bench pretty much, Tyler Smith straight away gets the goal back for him. Instant impact, really good substitution there from Jimmy McNulty, and I think he's shown how good his management was in that game as well. Because Boreham Wood, for so much of the game, they were just managing it. They were managing it like they did in those other games, and it honestly looked like it was going to do it. Even when Rochdale really started to step up in that final 10 minutes, where they were really pushing for it, they were still looking like they were just going to keep them at arm's length. That they were just going to do enough Boreham Wood. But you see how hard they was having to work. You see how tired the players were going into that 6 minutes of stoppage time, hanging on. They really was hanging on. Boreham Wood was seconds away, literally maybe even like 10 seconds away. It was stoppage time in the stoppage time. It was in the 97th minute. The 6 added time. That's how late on this was. If the whistle was seconds away from going, and Boreham Wood were going to be in the Football League for the very first time, and Rochdale were going to miss out again, and it would have been such a tough one to take for Rochdale. I'm not sure how they would have. It could be a very tough one to come back from, missing out the way they did there. But no, they one last ball in the box, one last chance. That's all they needed. That's all they was able to, and then they was able to get themselves the equaliser, which was just unbelievable, right in front of their supporters as well. Both sets of fans were great yesterday as well. Rochdale definitely had more supporters there in their end, but both of them were very good. It was very loud atmosphere, I thought, Wembley, and yeah, well, it was unbelievable, that goal when it went in, the celebrations and what it meant, and also just like the fact that they was able to pretty much almost do to Boreham Wood what York did to them was quite something as well. But from there, the game goes to extra time, and that's a great equaliser as well. But game goes to extra time, so from this point, Boreham Wood have got that extra time experience. They've Rochdale have fallen short in the playoffs last season. Boreham Wood have got that extra time experience. But it was just the way the goal went in. It kind of felt like from there, yeah, Rochdale will go on and do it now, because just the momentum was with them. Boreham Wood thought they were there, and I thought they was as well. And I always had it in the back of my mind, Rochdale like a late goal. That's what's done them so well over the course of this season. But extra time was really closely competitive as well, and I think both teams didn't want to lose. There was a real sense of, okay, let's not lose this. But I think both teams had a clear approach. I think Rochdale definitely had the better of the first 15 minutes, but then second quarter of an hour, that was really, I think Boreham Wood were better there. It looked more likely they would win it if it was in the second half of the extra time. But I thought, because for the first half of the extra time, it very much looked like Boreham Wood's game plan was to just try and get it to penalties and maybe just try and counter it in the second half. I think they really stepped up, and I think you could tell both teams didn't want to lose it. And I think that's the thing of when it gets to extra time, sometimes when both teams work so hard, it's like, hello, penalties is just a complete lottery. I think it can get to the point where just both teams don't want to lose in the extra time. But yeah, it was, like I said, it was and keepers as well. I thought they did. Both the goalkeepers played a good game. Ted Curd on loan from Chelsea in that Boreham Wood goal. Oliver Watmath in the Rochdale goal on loan from Man City. So I thought both of them did good as well. Both young goalkeepers both had some big saves and big moments. And like I said, really good distribution, really good passing from Watmath as well, and that's something he's apparently really good at, I heard yesterday as well. So that was it's impressive. And like I said, I was just so impressed with the way Rochdale just did not give up. But I think Boreham Wood also played a really good game as well. Boreham Wood arguably the better side if you look at the whole 120 minutes as a whole. But when it goes to penalties, that was where Rochdale really stepped up. Boreham Wood won the toss. They had was kicking towards their supporters, taking first, but they missed the first penalty, and that very much can set the tone for the shootout, because when Rochdale then put their first one away, although they scored their second one, Boreham Wood, Rochdale scored all three of theirs. Boreham Wood missed 4, they missed the decisive one in the end, and 3-1 win for Rochdale on penalties. A shame for Boreham Wood. 3 penalties missed was what cost them in the end. You can play that well for an entire 120 minutes, and then you can lose it on penalties. Sometimes that's how it is. But I was very much happy to see Rochdale back in the Football League. It's great to see. Great to see them get to lift the trophy. The celebrations at full time, well and truly deserved that. Yeah, it was never going to be just. It was never going to be fair if they didn't go up this season. So I'm glad they have done it, even if they've done it in the hardest way possible. They made it as hard and as long of a wait for it as they possibly could, but they got there in the end, and I thought they were just so professional in the way they've gone through this playoff campaign as well. Even when it wasn't going their way at all yesterday, where it really looked like it was done, they just found a way, and that's the thing with this team. I'm really looking forward to seeing them back in the Football League next season. And yeah, like I said, Boreham Wood so unlucky that someone had to lose yesterday. It was very much a lot like, but even more so than this, it's even gone to another level now. Like Notts County had this same situation a few years ago. They got plus 100 points, finished second, went into the playoff, and they had to really fight in the playoffs as well. They come from behind in the final and done it on penalties as well. But Rochdale, literally the last kick of the game, they equalised there. I honestly thought Boreham Wood were there and Rochdale missed the chance, but no, they were just not allowing that to happen. And fantastic performance, to be honest. I thought the subs worked perfectly when they come on. That changed the game in the last 15 minutes, stepped up in the key moments when it got to the shootout. I thought they really handled the pressure. So yeah, and anyway, I also really enjoyed the game as well. I thought the game was really good. I thought there was some really good football on show, and just an overall really entertaining final that just was just action packed and just had everything very watchable, very end-to-end game. Really enjoyed it. So congratulations to Rochdale, and really enjoyed the game. I hope everyone else that watched that enjoyed as well, and I will see you again in the next one.